What's up, everyone? I'm Mr. Steal Your Gill. I'm a Fields of Mistria speedrunner. I just want to make a hopefully quick video on how to do some of the glitches that we do. Specifically menu storage and the glitch I like to call buy one get one, all the way up to buy one get four. A little odd, so we're gonna hopefully dive into this, and it shouldn't be bad for you guys to pick up. I have some controls displayed on the screen and stuff like that. Yeah, we're gonna figure this out. As you can see here, I'm kind of in a save that's a little bit later. I'm in fall 17. And what we're gonna be doing first is showing you guys how to do menu storage. I'm gonna do all of this inside of the carpenter's shop, mostly because that is the only place that this glitch works well enough to be used in speedruns. Now, the point of this glitch is to get a lot of money fast. Obviously, I have like 18k at the start of this run, but in most of my runs, I don't start with nearly that much. I sell everything on the farm, and then I start doing this. How it kind of works is we trick the game into allowing you to open multiple of these shops at the same time, over and over again, and then buy all of those things without having the money for it. So let's take a look here. So first things first, we need to get what I like to call menu storage. Beforehand, when you used to open the house upgrade shop and closed it, it gave you a few frames to open other menus in between. But as of the most recent patch, that is not the case. So we had to find a different way to do that. There are quite a few ways to do it. I find the easiest to be storing the preset menu for your character customization. Besides that, you can do it with animal naming. They're pretty much the two main methods, but I'll kind of dive into all of them here. So start off, we're gonna open our menu to the character customization screen, and instead of just opening the preset menu, what we're gonna do is we're gonna open it, click pause, and click tab at the same time, change tabs, which is normally LR. That'll open it, but close our menu behind it, and then clicking on a preset, if I don't click anything here, this will go away. Or if I like click away or close it or create a new preset or anything like that. But if we select a different preset, it stays open. And it's staying open on the screen actually does some really unique stuff in shop menus, where like if I close a shop and then open it at the same time, or almost the same time, then I'm able to open the home upgrade shop, cancel it, and then close this, and that gives me some frames. I don't know if you saw, but my hotbar popped up in between the shop reopening itself. That gives me some frames, and that's really important for this trick. The main goal of this trick is to try to get as many shops open as possible. I've only been able to do 4 at my best. Thankfully, it's really easy to retry once you have your menu open, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. It's still not as easy as it used to be, but it still works, so that's always good. Now, let me show you some other methods of how I get menu storage. The pet is also a super easy one. Instead of pressing like all 3 buttons at once, you can just tab over and press A at the same time. As you can see, I'm in my magic spells tab, but I have enter a new name here. When I close that, my menu is going to be my pet. It'll be nice and stored on the screen like that. Now this will stay on your screen regardless of what you do until you return to the main menu. So if you want to set up this glitch and then get all of your money, sleep a few times, keep the menu open, stuff like that, you can. And then when you save and quit and go to the main menu, you're good. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up our menu here, and we're going to start getting that little brief few frames to open an additional menu. It can also be done with some other things like day length. This does some cool stuff because that lets you do it kind of anywhere, but nothing speedrun practical at the moment. I need to preface this with, you need to use a controller and mouse and keyboard. It's kind of the only way I get this working. On top of that, just another quality of life is binding your interact on mouse and keyboard to scroll up, scroll down. It kind of lets you mash through dialogue and stuff really, really fast. And it's kind of just how I go about doing this. There are other ways you can get this working with a controller, but like there seems to be some nuance where when I click on something with mouse and keyboard, the game acts up because I'm swapping between mouse and keyboard and controller, and that seems to buy us more time or let us do things that we normally wouldn't be able to. So like if I had menu storage, right, and I like it's not even letting me hover here, but if I like hovered over something and then pressed A, it would work, right? But like if I were to open this and then somehow still have my controller inputs, doesn't seem to want to give them to me right now. So let's say we, oh no, we're still in the menu in the background here. It's stuff like that. Like I don't have control over the preset menu unless I click on it. The game does some layering stuff really weird with how windows pop up and stuff, and you can even crash the game because the windows close in the wrong order and whatnot, but it's not too bad. Just a couple of nuances. Just be prepared that you're going to crash the game probably a lot when you're learning how to do this. But now that we have a menu open, we're gonna go into the buy one get one glitch, which I use in a lot of runs. You can actually see it right now in the mine seal run. So what I'm gonna do is, now that I have menu storage open, we're gonna open up the carpenter shop and we're gonna open the shop. Now I know that the menu storage button is still here. As you can see, my character is still here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close the shop, and then I'm gonna click that little preset button to open a separate menu in between the menus opening. If I don't do it at the same time, like in that order where I close the shop then open it, you get stuck kind of here, and you have to close that menu first. It's a way of layering the menus in the correct order. And for this glitch to work, you need to have the shop menu for like entering the shop or upgrading your farm. You need the shop menu to be on top of the preset menu. It's kind of the only way to buy us some frames. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna close this, open that at the same time, just like that. So that gives us this weird little house upgrade to select a preset looking menu we got going on here. We're gonna cancel this one. I prefer to cancel it with escape. And we're gonna try to get a second shop open. Now, I found the best way to do this is to close this and scroll up right away, because that's my interact. There could be better ways to do it. I'm just not sure yet. But as you can see, I have a shop open and then I have a second shop open, right? Now, how does this work? This lets me essentially buy all of my money's worth of items. Basic windows being the best, because basic windows are the only item, as far as I know so far, that sell for higher than half of what you buy them for. So like, let's buy a bunch of beds, right? Now I still have two shops open, right? So when I close one out, my shop is still there. Okay, still got all of the beds, everything. So let's stack some more beds on there. As you can see, my numbers are stacked, my items are stacked, because I have two menus open. It's a little silly, but you'll kind of see in a second here why it's all worth it. So I'm going to click buy with my controller. It has to be with my controller. I'm going to click out. I'm going to click buy with my mouse here. That lets me spend my 18 grand that I had there on essentially like twice the amount of money I had. I bought 62 regular beds, 300 of the double wide beds, and we would just go and sell those then and repeat until we had enough money for the remainder of the run. I've done this in my casual playthrough, stuff like that. It makes it way quicker to get money, because without anything like this, like without chest duplication or without item duplication or each patch making this harder, it kind of gets really dicey to speedrun this, because you have to earn a lot of money to make a speedrun viable for this. So we're gonna sleep here after selling all those. And how is this profitable? Well, it's because we're buying double the items and essentially selling them. And because I essentially spent $0 on all of those small beds, I get all profit from those. I realize now that I just put all of those in my chest outside instead of in my shipping bin, so we're gonna do that real quick. As you can see, the menu's pretty resilient. It's kind of always there. Gives you a ton of town rank as well. Mostly because I'm selling a ton of furniture. Like, if you remember before, I had around 18K. Regardless of what you buy, as long as it doesn't sell for less than half, like those beds did, you'll be making profit. And we'll showcase that here. So I have 17,360, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna open the shop, close it, open that, home upgrade. We're gonna cancel out of this menu, and hopefully get something going here. Like I said, you might not get it every time, but thankfully it's really easy to try again. I find tabbing over right off the bat the easiest. I do a lot of other little things to kind of keep track of everything I'm buying and whatnot. So we can buy 115. So I'll normally tab back here and then open the shop again. So like essentially, because of how the menus work in layers like that, where you're opening them in different orders, you have to be really careful about the orders you open them up in. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a shop menu that doesn't have anything in it and essentially not gain anything. So like right here, I can't click this. So like, there's no way for me to actually buy this unless I do it with controller. That's how the layering works. So that opens my second shop. We're going to click out and then buy that. So that was all of my money. I spent all of it buying 115 windows and then essentially free purchased another 115. That's where the real money comes in, because I'm not going to make back my profit, right? I'm not going to make all of my money back based on like selling these, just the one set, but they sell for 115 and you buy them for 150. Which is like way higher than it should be compared to how everything else works in this, where it's always like if I bought a bunch of beds, they'd sell for half or less in most cases. But windows, the window business is booming. We're not gonna sell those outside on accident again. What we're gonna do is sell them in here, make some more room real quick. Well, actually, let me just show you how much profit I make from just having two shops open. So this is just regular buy one get one, but buy one get four is more profitable. The more shops you can get open at the same time, the more profit you're gonna make. So as you can see, I went from 17K to 26K. Not a crazy jump, but it's pretty significant once you get the hang of it. even all the way up to getting 4 shops open at once, it gets exponentially more profitable. But like when I do this in a speedrun setting, I give it a couple tries. Thankfully, it all happens at the beginning of the run, so if I fail out, I'm only losing like 6 minutes, you know, hard resetting. And I get to start a new run, so it's kind of one of those things where, yes, it's a really tight trick and might be hard at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. So we're going to open 2 shops here. And I had a little sound cue there that kind of helped make me feel a little better about getting it. Now I have 2 shops open, but like, what if we want 3? The issue with this is the more shops you have open, the tighter your timing gets on opening the preset menu in between. So I need to press escape twice here to exit 2 shops, then open my preset menu. Like that. Now, 2 shops, not too bad. When you open house upgrade, you can see that I have the carpenter shop, select a preset open still. I have an additional shop, stuff like that. Now I can't click on any of these until I close this menu. And that'll like essentially queue the shop into a stack. And, well, as you can see there, I kind of butchered it, but it's a little nuanced. So like, let's close this, open that. Let's see if I get a second shop. I do. Close both, open that, close, open another home menu, close. Now I have 2 shops queued to open and space to open a third. So that's 1 shop in the background, 2 shops, 3 shops. And it's kind of really silly how it works, but it's definitely worth it. We're going to close the shop and then tab back over. And we're going to buy another 100, 170. So, how do I know that I have that many? You kind of learn to be able to see how many shops have items in them. On top of that, you can also buy one of one color and then buy the rest of another color, and that'll kind of stack them in a way that's a little bit more visual. All right, let's see if I got all of them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go buy this with A again. As you can see, I have a shop still full of green ones. Now I can't buy this still, even though I should be able to do it if I had just 2 shops open. Essentially, the last shop in your stack is always going to be the mouse one where you have to click it. But besides that, I'm just gonna hit A again. And look at that, I have a third shop that also has that amount. So we're gonna close this and buy it. And that's all of my windows I need. So as you can see, I went from like very few windows. I had 26K, I can only buy like 178. And now we have 355 green ones and 179 yellow ones. We're gonna go and sell these and have pretty high profits. A lot of times I find that menu storage kind of gets in my face during the remainders of runs, so I do all of this at the front of the run. Go to sleep to save quit, and then go to the menu to get rid of my menu storage. As you can see, the town rank is kind of just skyrocketing. Especially in runs where like you need the mine open and you have to hit like town rank 10 for that. It's really nice. But yeah, we went from 26K there to 61K. which is just absurd. Like, the amount of money that can be made from doing buy one, get one, buy one, get two, buy one, get three, like, it just exponentially grows. So we're going to do it one last time here, and I'm going to kind of show you how I do buy one, get four. And hopefully it kind of makes sense. So we're going to do the same thing over and over again here. We're going to open this, get a second shop open. We're going to do it again. We didn't get it that time. Thankfully, I was still at 2, so I can try again immediately. Sometimes it drops you back down, like here, where I don't have any extra shops open. And that happens from scrolling too fast or too many times interacting, stuff like that. So I still only have 2. You kind of get a feel for it. And right there, like, I didn't open my preset menu in time. So there's kind of a couple different ways you can reset that. See if I can get it here though. So like right there, that's a great example of I scrolled too far or too often. It's 2. That's 3. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. So my timing is going to be way tighter on me opening the preset menu here because I have 3 shops open. I have to hit escape 3 times and click the preset menu and hope to not accidentally exit any of the other shops. But like I said, it's got a rhythm to it, like a feel. So if you're able to get it in one go, at least like half of the time, this is a really, really good strat to use, especially in a speedrun setting. Like, I'm gonna mash escape here and then click when I feel it's time, when all 3 shops close. So that was like early. I still have a shop, maybe 2 open. So to get out of this state and go back to being able to open all my shops again, I'm gonna open both shop menus and then close the preset menu. And that kind of puts my stack back in the correct order. So right there is a perfect example. I mashed too fast or too many times and closed all my shops. We're just gonna go through this again. Still only 2. Here's 3. All right, that looks correct to me. So open 1, close it. Open 2, close it. Open 3, close it. And now I broke it, didn't I? Yeah, damn. You can get a 4th shop open. Or, you know, accidentally exit everything. It's kind of a nuance of putting it on my scroll wheel is that it's pretty finicky. But I find it gives me a lot of control. And you can kind of tell by sound cues if like you accidentally close too many too fast or anything. You see like when the shop does like the little swoosh, 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 like twice or 3 times, then you're accidentally closing them. You're scrolling too fast after opening your preset menu or too slow. All right, we're back to 3 shops here. Didn't get them, so do that again and hope. All right, sweet. 2, 3. All right, that's one shop, two shops, three if you count the original one, and that's four. And this one kind of gets a little odd, but I'm gonna show it to you. You can figure out kind of your own ordering strats and stuff, but because I have so many windows layered on top of each other, it is not super easy to make sure that I have everything in my shops, and that those shops count and I'm not closing the wrong ones in the stack order and stuff like that. So you kind of need to, I'm gonna buy a ton of these, so bear with me here. So like, I know that I have 4 shops open. I don't know if I have them in the right order or in the right tab order, if that makes sense. And sometimes it gets a little funky. So we're gonna buy, what's it looking like? 400 and something. Yeah, so we're gonna buy 409. And then I'm gonna tab one over, and sometimes you can get a click in here that kind of makes it a little easier. But we're gonna close that shop and then tab back, and we're gonna buy some more. I use the color of the windows to kind of discern what order in the stack I'm on. Also, another very important caveat is this is going to spend all of your money no matter what. It's the only way it works. If I were to have a different, like 2 shops open, regular buy one, get one, and I only spent half my money on one and then half my money on the other, it's going to spend all of that money because I have it. It's just the game doesn't allow you to go negative in money, so we're kind of abusing that. 9. Okay. We're gonna go again. We're gonna do this because we have 4 shops open. It's kind of hard to tell how many you have opened, and we're gonna see if we filled all 4 shops. In most cases, it does seem to work, but there's some little nuances, like if you pick something with your mouse to purchase, or try to, I don't know, tab in a certain way in your different shops, it sometimes leaves your 4th shop empty. All right, now let's see if we got it. Get our last one here. We're gonna hover over buy that shop, click out, buy that shop with A, click out, buy that shop with A, click out, buy my last one with my mouse. And that gives me 800 of each of those, which is like gonna be crazy money compared to, we did that with what, 63K, 61K? So we're gonna sell all 1,600 of those, and we're at 188,000 now. Our town rank is gonna skyrocket, and yeah. As you can see, our town rank is kind of going up a little quick here. But yeah, that gives us a ton of money. 188K. Started this run with practically nothing, like 17K. And that's more than enough to do a lot of the speed runs. I typically get to like, I don't know, 30K. If I do it like once or twice, buy one, get 4. And I'm good to go. Maybe 3 times. But yeah, besides that, that kind of just does it. There are, as I was saying, there are other menus you can do it with too. I just find the preset menu for your outfits to be the fastest you can actually get to in the game. The pet, you have to wait until spring 7 in a speed run, and it isn't terrible, but I just find it not to be worth it. I can show you that as well real quick. I have that open now in my little menu storage, and you do it in the same way, except you would open the name entering menu instead. Layer your menus, close one, and then it's gonna be click, scroll up, and that gives me 2 shops. There we go, 4 shops. And I tab over to kind of put myself, I don't know, in a mindset to always tab over. I found it very easy to just tab over as I'm opening the shops in order, so I can kind of keep track. But yeah, that's 4 shops again. And that's how you do buy one, get one, all the way up through buy one, get 4. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope to make some more videos on cool stuff, hard crashes and stuff like that I've found. And I hope this can help you all in your speedruns. If you have any questions, feel free to leave comments or join the speedrun Discord for Fields of Mistria. But until then, I'll see y'all later.